Oops. Hey everybody, Preparedness 1 here. Ay. What do you think? What do you think, Pandora? Alright, so it is still the 15th of January. It is Saturday, 2022. We just actually got back just a little while ago. Heather and I did, and we actually had to go out for a bit. And came in and like fire was down to ashes, and we're like immediately feeding the fire. So right now it feels really, really good. It is still extremely cold out there. I know the Buffalo Bills are doing a playoff game at home up in Buffalo, so I hate to think how cold that's going to be up there for that football game today. People got to be freezing. I went to a game many years ago up in Buffalo, and still during the regular season, it is officially the coldest day or coldest game ever during the regular season. Now the next week they played another game in Buffalo, but that was the playoffs, and that one was even colder than the week that I had gone. So I've been literally in my life been to one Buffalo Bills game, and on record it was the coldest regular season game ever. I mean, the seats were literally blocks of ice. You were sitting on a block of ice. It was crazy cold that day. So tonight should be interesting. I'm curious to see how the weather up in Buffalo is tonight. It's going to be very brutally cold. So good luck to all them, and please, all the fans that are going, please be safe and don't be stupid, but I'm sure they will be. They'll be tailgating all day. And so, yeah. But anyway, I wanted to talk about in this video, there is a tsunami warning for the West Coast. Off the island of Tonga, there was an underground volcanic eruption, which did cause a tsunami in Tonga. They've had a tsunami wave hit in Hawaii, but it was only like 1.7 feet, so it wasn't really big. I think it was like 2.7 feet in another place in Hawaii. But I know I was watching the videos from Tonga itself, and their internet cut off at like 6:40. So you know, their time. But they get their internet through underground cables from Fiji. So that must have been damaged. So their internet is out right now, so they're not getting a lot of updates of what's going on. But I did see some video of the tsunami coming in, and it wasn't like the super bad one before, but it was bad enough, definitely doing damage. But you know, you never know. You never know. So I guess the West Coast right now does have a tsunami warning as well, and so they're paying attention to that, and as they should. But you know, it is amazing what Mother Nature can do. You know, the power that these volcanoes with their eruptions and the damage that it can cause when they do erupt. And like I said, when you have an underground volcano or underwater volcano, and that erupts, that's even more. It's amazing, actually. It's amazing to watch and to see. There was I was watching something. I'm trying to remember what it was. There was this volcano that was an underwater volcano that came up, and it ended up making an island. And I can't remember where it was, but they showed it over a period of time. And at first it was like two little islands, and then because of the volcanic eruption that happened over here, it filled in and made just one bigger island. It was actually very fascinating to watch how new land is created. And you look at what just happened over, you know, in the Canary Islands in La Palma. You hear this with the food? It's Caesar over there pushing all the food out of the dish, and he's a nut job. And then he, like I said, then he eats it off the ground. So he's got it in the dish and could eat it out of the dish, but he doesn't. He eats it off the ground. So he'll push it all out, and then that's what he does. Crazy dog. But anyhow, but even like in the Canary Islands, La Palma, they just had that earthquake, and lava flows had gone in and created a whole bunch more land on that island. And I find that the whole thing is very fascinating to me when you see that power and when that lava is coming up, and number one, the damage that it can do, but also making that island even bigger. So it's really neat. I think it's really, really neat. Obviously, I don't want to see any loss of life ever with those type of situations, and thank goodness there hasn't been recently. But always stay diligent, always be ready. Depending on your location of where you're at, you always have to be situational awareness. I think is a really, really important thing. To pay attention to. Pay attention to the weather. Pay attention to natural disasters that are flooding and all those type of things. Really important to do that, because if you get caught with your pants down, it can get real embarrassing real quick. And so always being prepared and having that edge and being ready for whatever may happen is just a smart way to go about things. So, but anyway, I wanted to share that with you. And obviously we have a weather event going here in the States themselves right now. A friend of mine lives in South Carolina, and they're calling for at least a ½ inch of ice. I know that watching Ryan Hall Y'all today, he was saying that certain areas down there may get an inch of ice. Now, if they get an inch of ice, that's going to be catastrophic for power outages. People will be knocked out of power for an extended period of time, and with the inclement weather, it could be really, really dangerous very, very quickly. So I want to really encourage everyone to please be safe, pay attention to what is going on, and be prepared accordingly. Being prepared at the last minute and doing things at the last minute is not the way that you get ready for anything. You prepare, you get ready, whenever it happens, and you deal with it, and you go from there. But that's just me being encouraging to you all for that reason. But yeah, it's just wild world we live in right now, and like I said, the weather is going to be what the weather's going to be. And this particular storm that's come in went way down through and hit Wisconsin and all those areas, and they got a lot of snow. Not a lot for our region. I mean, with us, we're looking at anywhere between 8 and 14 inches. Now, up here in New York, that's not a big deal. A little inconvenient, but not a big deal. Now, you get down into Virginia, and 18, 14 inches of snow is a big deal, because they're not prepared for that like we are here in New York. So it makes a big, big difference of where you're at. Are you prepared to hunker down? Are you prepared to deal with power outages if they happen because of the ice and the snow and stuff like that? So those are things that we always need to be ready for those type of events. They're not going to go away. It's not like they're magically going to stop. So being prepared is a smart thing to do. So, but I will tell you right now, this feels awesome. I can honestly say, I grew up with my grandparents, and they had an open hearth fireplace, and so that wasn't as efficient as having an insert in the fireplace, but always had a fire going all the time, and it just kind of what we grew up with, and just always loved it. And so when I had my house in Greece, New York, we had a fireplace there, and we had the insert put in after our first year there, and man, what a difference that made. We went from 10% efficiency to 90% efficiency. So big, big difference. A lot more heat stayed in, and it just kept the house nice and brought our bills down substantially by burning wood in the wintertime. And since we've lived out here, obviously we heat with wood. That's how we keep our houses, our place here and Becky and Mom's place, that's how we keep it warm, is with the wood stoves. So I can tell you, nothing beats that. Nothing beats that. And not that we're going to have a power outage, because we won't, because we're off grid. But if we had been hooked up to the grid and there was a power outage, we would still have the stove, not only just for heat, but for cooking, and also for light, because even in the middle of the night, when that fire is going like it is going right now, it kicks off a lot of light and you can see really, really well. So, a lot of benefits to it, I will tell you that. A lot of benefits. So, anyway, folks, I'm going to jump off of here now. I hope everybody is being safe. Be smart, be ready, and we just never know what's going to happen. So, the more prepared we are for those situations, the better off we're going to be in the long run. So, anyway, I will see you all later. Remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race, and as soon as we can figure that out, we're definitely going to be in much, much better shape. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only person that can stop you from reaching your goals is you. That's it. Alright? Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. My phone's ringing again. Unbelievable. Alright, I will see you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.